Hey guys, I just wanted to talk about the issue of policing in America. Good cops and bad cops. Do a few bad apples really spoil the whole bunch? Well, let's find out how many bad apples there really are. The truth is, at least in my opinion, pretty much the whole barrel is rotten. That's a pretty bold and generalistic claim, but let me give you some facts to back up my opinion. First off, for the past 3 years, over 1,000 people in this country were killed by police. Not to mention hundreds of thousands of people injured by police. Those are facts. And now, here's another fact: the so-called war on cops, complete and utter bullshit. For the past 3 years, the number of cops killed by gunfire has not even come close to topping 100. It has not even made it to the triple digits. Yet people killed by police are well within the four digits. And something needs to be done about all this. And so we've established that there is no war on cops. In fact, their jobs typically not thought of as dangerous, such as farmer, cashier, and garbage man, have more fatalities than police officers. And matter of fact, pretty much half the police killed on the listed on the Officer Down Memorial page for the past 3 years have all fallen due to COVID. That being said, we shall move on now. Policing in this country is like they don't train very hard at all. It's basically like, they just want to cosplay or be a LARP, live action role player. They are the worst of them all because they don't train, yet they get all this tactical gear. I mean, even according to Sean Ryan, he was a former Navy SEAL, and I encourage you to go watch his videos. He said that the police, this one department he saw, had like night vision gear in a city. What do you need night vision gear for in a city? It's well lit. But anyway, they had $10,000 night vision equipment alone. And yet they couldn't afford to pay him $300 per head to train their guys how to use it for night fighting tactics. A lot of, I'm not sure what percentage, but a large majority of cops cannot pass a simple test to become an armed security guard. They can't. They don't have the marksmanship abilities. But as my mentor said, he was not surprised, as no accountability means no standards. And as far as no accountability, let me tell you how bad it can get. It's like, look at what happened to George Floyd. Look what happened to Tony Timba. Look what happened to Daniel Shaver. Look what happened to Breonna Taylor. Look what happened to Duncan Lemp. All these people. It's not a racing thing. We need to move past that and look at it as our goal is to end police brutality. And back to what I was saying about these cosplay stuff. If you want to bully people, if you want to intimidate people, if you want to cosplay with a bunch of big fancy gear and not have to do any hardcore training or really much training at all, and if you want to be worshipped as a hero despite doing absolutely nothing to deserve it, become a police officer. Trust me, you will love every second of it. If that's you, I advise you to become a police officer. And as far as like people trying to justify police's questionable actions by they're just doing their job, just doing their job, or whatever bullshit they come up with. Let me tell you something. The police have a thing called the Blue Shield of Silence, Blue Code of Silence, or whatever, or however you want to call it, where they basically have omerta, where they won't tell each other what the other tell on fellow cops. And statistics show that, I mean, you regularly hear of whistleblower officers getting thrown off the police force. It's an entire culture with them. And if you are a cop and you don't report another officer for his misdeeds, then you're not a good cop. You are a bad cop. You are part of the problem. And it just goes to show you don't really take your job as seriously as you've convinced people you do. It's like, if you're just doing your job, then just do your job and report these officers who abuse power and people and things like that. See, America is no longer a free country. It's just not. And hell, there was one cop who was so fat he couldn't even get into his body armor, or barely could. I can't remember which, but that being said, it just goes to show no accountability means no standards. I mean, look at what happened. And it's like people keep saying the police will protect us and all that crap. Well, guess what? Police have failed us time and time again. Look at what happened at Robb Elementary School in Uvalde, Texas. Look at what happened in Stoneman Douglas High in Florida. Look at what happened in Columbine in Colorado. The police repeatedly failed, time and time again, with depressing consistency. And there's more examples of that level of cowardice going on and on and on. And, you know, it's really, really quite sad it's come to this, people. Because I love my country and I love freedom. Oh, and by the way, you can watch my videos Mulan Labe and, well, you can watch my video Mulan Labe plus Thin Blue Line equals oxymoron. I've seen those bumper stickers with those cars, and it's like the police will follow orders. If they are ordered to take your guns, take your whatever, they will do it. They will. If you think they're going to throw away their pensions and their careers over your guns or whatever it is they want, they are ordered to take, they won't. It's just that simple. And cops are not on your side. They are trained not to trust you. So why should you trust them? If somebody doesn't trust me, I don't trust them. It's just that simple. It's just not a good idea. Very foolish idea, as a matter of fact. I am trying to resolve this issue by making this video. Me, for example, I'm autistic. I am 16 times as likely to be killed by the police than a normal person. So I know. I've been harassed by them. I've been arrested by them. And the police in this country is just really, really pathetic. I mean, you don't need a license to become a cop. You need one to become a barber, to become a doctor, to become a lawyer. I mean, yeah, some people can get... it's like, it's like you have to have a license to be a barber. I mean, if you fuck up somebody's haircut, they're going to get annoyed. In the police, if you fuck somebody up, they could die or be seriously injured for life. And it's like police, they don't go any de-escalation training or anything like that. And the truth be told is that we as a people need to do something about this. No, I'm not advocating going out and shooting cops or anything like that. That will only undermine the issue, because for example, earlier in this video, I said I tried to dispel the myth that there's a war on cops. And if you try to start a war with cops, it will just make my life harder, because there is nothing you could do to help the police state more than violently attacking cops. Because they're going to not only, because whose crime is going to be Exhibit A for every police advocate, chief of police, politician, or whoever trying to give the police more power? Yours, genius. There is nothing you could do to make this situation worse than violently attacking police officers. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. But anyway, here's one more thing to think about. The police are really not much different from a gang. Think about it. The mafia, quote unquote, protected the community and did, admittingly, a pretty efficient job. They would tax people and they'd pay protection money. And if you fucked with a institution under their protection, you could get severely beaten or even killed at no cost to the taxpayer. And it would be a lot cheaper that way. And neighborhoods controlled by the mafia oftentimes were very safe, because the mafia would get you before the police would. Nobody would dare commit a crime there. And not only that, the Blue Code of Silence, it's exactly like Omerta. Well, not quite alike. I mean, obviously everybody else is fair game, but you don't rat on fellow police officers, so it's just like Omerta. And if you don't pay taxes, the police will arrest you and take your business or home or whatever. Just like the mafia will do. They'll come and destroy it. And, but anyway, that being said, that will conclude this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Be good, y'all.